Hey everyone, it's Mastermind 1000 here, and today for this video I thought it'd be cool to tell y'all my top 10 favorite robot movies, cause why not? We all love robot movies, cause robots make movies awesome. So that's why for this video I decided I'd tell y'all my favorite robot movies. So let's get to the video, shall we? So my first robot movie, number 10, I, Robot. So basically, I, Robot is one of my favorite robot movies because basically in this movie, Will Smith was half human and half robot, and he had to fight off a robot that the scientists made. The scientists were making a robot that was human-like, but things were not going well because, unfortunately, the robots were turning into killing machines, and they were also fighting against other robots. But one of them was friendly, and basically, when the iRobots turn red, that means they were turning evil. But one of them didn't, and they were helping Will Smith, and they defeated all the evil ones, but after they defeated them all, they all turned friendly, and they started acting like the friendly robot again. And basically, this movie is where Will Smith has to stop whoever's making the evil making all the human like robots turn evil. And that's why I, Robot is one of my favorite movies. Is my number 10 favorite movie, robot movie. Anyways, on to the next robot movie. Number 9, Pacific Rim. Yes, one of the best robot movies that were ever made. So basically, in this movie, a bunch of soldiers were sent to fight giant monsters in giant robots. And the robots looked awesome. And they did a good job on fighting the monsters. But basically, some of them failed, but one of them was able to fight off all the monsters. And it got repaired a few times. So basically in this movie, the main character lost his brother due to a monster fight they had, but he managed to fight the first monster by himself. And he got a new partner, and they managed to fight lots of monsters and blow up a nest where all the monsters came from. And it was pretty awesome. And I will say, I love it when robots fight monsters. And that's why Pacific Rim is my number 9 favorite movie. Next movie, number 8, Pacific Rim Uprising. Yes, rise up. So, basically, just like the original Pacific Rim, the robots go fight the monsters. But in this one, it's more epic. And all the robots are now more epic than ever. And plus, in this one, now the monsters were getting smart. They were also disguising themselves as robots and turning them against the robots. But they managed to kill the monsters. And I will say, I really love how epic the robots are in this one, because this one, it was just so epic and I loved it. And yeah, if y'all love Pacific Rim, then I hope y'all do too, and if it's possible, I look forward to there being another Pacific Rim movie, like a third one. But anyways, that's why I love this one. Next robot movie, number 7, a movie that I watched on DVD when I was a kid, Pinocchio 3000. So basically, just like every other Pinocchio movie, basically, the father made Pinocchio, but in this one, it's the future, and Pinocchio's a robot instead of a puppet. And basically, in this movie, Pinocchio, just like every other Pinocchio movie, Pinocchio's trying to discover what it's like to be human. And basically, what makes this movie even more awesome is, of course, there is also a bad guy, and the bad guy's name was Mayor Scamboli. and he was trying to turn all the humans, especially all the human children, into robots, because all he wanted was everyone to be a robot. But then he got what he deserved. He got turned into a robot back, but also in the end, Pinocchio was now a real boy and he wasn't a robot anymore. And yeah, that's why Pinocchio 3000 is my number 7 favorite movie. Anyways, next robot movie, a family favorite Blue Sky movie, Robots. So basically, in this movie, the main character had a dream and he wanted to be an inventor when he grows up, because there was an inventor robot he loved watching when he was a kid, and he got his dream. He became an inventor and he invented his own things. And unfortunately, there was also a bad guy, and he saw him sitting in Big Whale's chair, and he had to get rid of him, and he managed to do it, and he fought off a bunch of evil robots too. And in the end, he reunited with his mom and dad, and he introduced all his friends to them. And in the end of the movie, they had a party together. Everyone was dancing to the music and stuff. And yeah, I love this movie. This movie's really cute and awesome and funny at the same time. Anyways, next movie, WALL-E. Yes, WALL-E is one of the cutest robot movies I've ever seen when I was a kid, and I loved it. So basically in this movie, a robot named WALL-E, he was all alone on Earth, and he wanted to find a way to fix Earth. And that was till then he met Eve. Eve came to explore Earth to see what she could find, and that was till then she met WALL-E, and they became friends. Until suddenly WALL-E showed her a plant he found, and she grabbed it, and then she shut down for a bit. But then they went to the Axiom, and when they brought the plant, he found a way to go back to Earth and fix it. But unfortunately, the autopilot was going to deny that. But sooner or later, they defeated him, and everyone finally went back to Earth. And that's why I like this movie. Anyways, next movie. A family favorite movie on Netflix that's so funny that it makes everyone laugh. The Mitchells versus the Machines. So basically, in this movie, a girl named Katie Mitchell was wanting to go to college so she can get away from her family. But her family didn't want her to go yet, so they wanted to spend a bit more time with her. But then, until suddenly, a phone company named PAL Lab turned evil because of the phone named PAL. And they started releasing robots out to capture everyone and launch them all into space. But the Mitchells found ways to prevent that from happening. So they worked together, and they turned 2 of the robots into friendly ones. And they managed to make it all the way to the PAL lab, and they defeated PAL. And also, what makes this movie even good is also the song called Live Your Life. And I will say, Live Your Life is an amazing song. I love it. And that's why I love the Mitchells versus the Machines. And yeah, this is a Netflix-owned movie, so if y'all have Netflix, then feel free to see this movie for y'allselves. Anyways, next movie. Another Netflix-owned movie, Next Gen. I loved this movie. This movie was so epic. It's kind of like Big Hero 6, but different. So basically, in this movie, a girl was upset because she lost her father. Her father left the family a long time ago when she was a little kid. But then when she grew up as a teenager, she met a really cool robot who was made with killer skills, like who had built-in weapons in him. And apparently they had to work together to fight an evil company called the Jin company. Like, I forgot what was the name of the company, but so one of the scientists made a new robot called the Gen 6, and unfortunately the Gen 6 was an evil robot that explodes. But luckily they managed to defeat all the evil robots, and the robot defeated one huge robot, and they won. And in the end they were all happy again, and the little girl and the robot had played some soccer together, and it was a cute movie. I loved it. And yeah, it's kind of like Big Hero 6 but different. But anyways, that's why I love this movie. So, time for the next movie. My next favorite movie, a movie that came out in 2024, made by DreamWorks, The Wild Robot. So, I really loved this movie. This movie was so epic. Basically, here's when I watched this movie. I watched this movie on the airplane when I went to Seattle, and I enjoyed it. It was pretty heartwarming because a robot became friends with the little duckling, and the duckling grew up and learned how to fly and eat and swim, and she helped him out. And she also became friends with all the wild animals in nature, and they all helped her. And unfortunately, the company she came from wanted her back, and the robots that were from the company she was made in, they attacked the forest she was in, but in the end they managed to help her, and they fought off all the robots that attacked their home. And yeah, but unfortunately she had to go because they really wanted her back. Otherwise, if she doesn't go, then they're just going to keep coming. But then in the end they reunite together, her and the duckling, and it was all a heartwarming ending. This movie was really awesome. I'd recommend y'all watch it. Y'all might like it. But anyways, on to my last and final movie. My final favorite robot movie. Finally, number one, a robot movie I saved best for last. The Iron Giant. Yes, The Iron Giant is one of the best robot movies I have ever watched. So basically in this movie, a boy named Hogarth was trying to help his mom out with stuff and make things better. But then suddenly he found himself a new friend. He went into the forest to find a robot that he met one night, and suddenly he did, and him and the Iron Giant became friends, and they were happy together until suddenly the military was demanding Hogarth to tell them where the Iron Giant was, and they had to protect him. But then also things started getting crazy. The military found the robot and they started attacking him. But the one thing they didn't know was the Iron Giant was also had weapons inside of him, and they had to run away. But luckily Hogarth managed to stop him, and suddenly the Iron Giant had to make a sacrifice because one of the soldiers forced the military to launch a missile on the Iron Giant. And but the one thing they didn't know was, unfortunately, once the missile comes down, it was also going to blow up the whole town. So that was why the Iron Giant had to make a sacrifice to stop the missile. But in the end, what was good was the Iron Giant was still alive, and Hogarth said, "See you later," because the Iron Giant was going to put himself back together, and he was still alive, just taken apart to pieces, and he was in the snow. And yeah, that's why I love this movie. This movie was so awesome. And I did hear they're going to make another Iron Giant movie, and I think Blitzy told me that Hogarth is probably going to be an adult in the next one. But anyways, that is why The Iron Giant is my last favorite robot movie. And with that, that is my top 10 favorite robot movies. Hope you all liked them. And if y'all have any favorite robot movies, let me know in the comments. And overall, hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Catch you later.